Hello, everyone. My name is Cassandra Williamson with The Path Forward. I'm coming to you from way up in a holler in eastern Kentucky, up in Hardy, Kentucky. Yes, Pike County, right along the Tug River, bordering West Virginia and that direction, and Virginia, that direction. So, right in the corner, right there. Yeah, Hatfield McCoy feud country, that is where it is, and where all the family trees around here are actually totem poles. That's true. So, we have a really serious topic, though, to talk about today. Over the weekend, Fox News, on their big weekend show, did a segment at about, three quarters of the way through, somewhere around there. It had to do with transgender elders. And I was just appalled that they would even think about putting something on their airways about elders, transgender Americans, elders, older people like myself in nursing homes and retirement homes. They actually pointed out, they said this, they said that it is immoral and unethical that these people are there. And I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? I've been yelling all day. Sorry about that. But anyway, I mean, what is wrong with them? That is just so crazy. They said, we don't want those transgender elders around all the other people there. Really? Where are they supposed to go? Where should they go for their care? Where should they go to retire? When they've already served their country, many of them are veterans. They've served their country, they fought, they've been resilient, they're strong, they know how to survive all the crap that has come out against all of us in these years. They've been doing it for such a long time. They deserve to be able to spend their last few years in peace among friends. And that's really all that they want. That's all that we want, folks. Friends and family and people we can be around and talk to and communicate with and associate with. There's a lot of transgender people in nursing homes around this country. I know some of them. The story that they did on the big weekend show, which was just absolutely atrocious, that story was based on an incident in New Hampshire. And it wasn't even an incident. It's just that somebody had let them know that there was a transgender elder in the nursing home with all the other normal people. Like, what is wrong with you? 4 people on that show Saturday night, 17th of May, 2025, sit there and lambasted and attacked transgender elders. Can you imagine where does that come from? Where does that come from? Sorry about that. I got a scratch. It won't go away there. So, I mean, I don't understand it. It's a constant attack against transgender people. Now, look, I told you so. I said it years ago. They're not stopping with the kids. It was never just about protecting kids. I tried to tell you, tried to warn you. I tried to warn our own community that the things that we are doing puts a spotlight on any individual in this community does something stupid or does something brash or does something that is designed to attract attention towards their self-interests at the exclusion of everybody else. Well, guess what's happening here? You become a spotlight and cannon fodder for over there on the right. You end up on Jesse Waters or whomever. Frederica Whitfield show or anything like that. I don't know who's over there these days. I have no earthly idea. But anyway, so we have brought a lot of this on ourselves because we have chosen to be self-centered and not community-centered. We've chosen to be, how do we say this? All the spotlights directed toward us. We want all of the attention and everything like that. Everything that's going on our side of this line, they will use against us over on Fox News. It'll show up somewhere. If you've done something crazy, it'll show up. They'll find you. Like, for instance, who was this? Two transgender cyclists won a race this past weekend. They were first and second place. The genetic woman was third. I'm going to tell you, if you went through male puberty, you have no effing business competing in a sport that requires agility and speed like that, speed and strength or anything like that, because you have an advantage. I've seen the studies. I know the science. I know where it is. And I also know this, that we are causing our own demise and destruction. But look, this is not new. This has been going on a long time. They have never just thought it was about the kids. They knew that. They use the kids as a way to get the ball rolling in their direction. They can build up the public pressure and they keep the narrative on. And that's what Fox is good at. Fox is the Goebbels of this administration. If you know who Goebbels is, well, you know, okay? Along with Stephen Miller, who happens to look like Goebbels. But anyway, Goebbels was the Nazi propagandist, okay? So anyway, they've never just viewed this thing as a one-off thing. They were going to go after every minority in the country and subjugate them and put them back under the thumb where they think they belong. They were going to do that. They have been thinking about this and contemplating it and getting the narrative all wound up and all that stuff for at least 75 years, folks. And what have we done? We've gone around and put dog masks on with chains on young people and guided them through the parks as if they were little doggies or little cats on leashes. And the trans community, not the trans community, but the LGBT community. Okay. Jeez. You have to know that is horribly wrong, don't you? It's an affront to decency to do stuff like that. I've seen it. I've been there. I've watched it. I know. I've seen this stuff. Folks, you're not going to tell me that it wasn't there. Some people tried to, and I'm thinking, I've been a lot of stuff around the country. But see, look, it was never about just the kids. They're right. They are right to say that we should not be using drag queens to talk to kids in the libraries and schools. Drag queens is performative. Some people consider it part of the transsexual experience, but no, it's not for me. Nope, that's just not the way it works, folks. It's a performance usually done by gay men or women who want to just do something, to make a statement with that kind of thing. It's very demeaning to real women, and drag queens aren't real women. Lord God, no. But anyway, the big weekend show, I mean, they actually brought it all home. Saturday night, they are actually saying things out loud, if you can find it. I found a partial transcript that had just an introduction to the topic listed there. But I actually watched this episode, and I watched all 4 of them on the big weekend show, on Fox's big weekend show, Saturday night at 7 Eastern. I watched them all attack trans elders. You know what they called them? Immoral and unethical. What is wrong with them? Come on. Why aren't you mad about all of this too? Now, I know what's going to be said. I know exactly what will be said. We can't do anything about it. I mean, there aren't enough of us. No, but we're going to have to be the ones that say, we're not going to be lukewarm about this stuff anymore. We're going to take this to the woodshed with them. And I'm not saying that we need any kind of violence, you know. Andrew Jackson was good at that. He'd take people he didn't like out to the back, to the woodshed. He had a lot of fisticuffs, okay? That's just who he was, all right? And that's what won him the presidency. So anyway, it's like, no, I'm not saying do all that kind of thing. But what I am saying that we need to do is to get yourself together and make a noise. Make a noise, folks. Because if you don't, they win. But if we do, they're going to win anyway, too, probably. But at least they'll know we're here and you won't be able to forget us. But that's what they want, really. They want to be able to forget every trans person, every LGBT person in the country. They want to shove you back into the closet under the floorboards in the back of the closet and then nail the boards down on top of you. You don't think that's what they want? You haven't been paying attention. You have not been paying attention. There's stuff going on right now that seeks to undo marriage equality. There's stuff going on right now that seeks to strip away parental rights for same-sex couples. This stuff is going on now. It's a playbook right out of the Heritage Foundation's Project 2025, that Mandate for Leadership thing. That, the one that Kevin Roberts was overseeing and actually wrote the foreword to it. They are going line by line by line by line through that Mandate for Leadership. Line by line. And you don't have to go very far in the forward to find everything they want to do, folks. Page 4, bottom of page 4, top of page 5, middle of page 5. Oh, and I can't tell you how many times I've told people that. Right there is what they wanted to do. And you know how many times I've been chastised for pointing that out, saying, no, they're not going to be able to do that. Look, you were warned. It's time to move on. It's time to get hot and bothered about this thing to get pissed about it. Because if we just sit around and do nothing, then those who are around us will see us as just weak and ineffective and that we're not interested in the whole community. And I, for one, have this deep, deep, deep connection to wanting to help and wanting to do something to help this community move forward and stay relevant. I tried it for 2.5 years, 3 years. No, there's too much in the way. Too many gatekeepers in our own community. Too many people standing out there and saying, you aren't doing it right. Or that's the wrong thing to say. Or I could have written it better than you. I've had that happen. Yeah. And they probably could have. But it's the passion that they've got to see, that our whole community, that everybody, every minority in this country needs to know there are people who are trying to move forward and not be forgotten and shoved under that board in the closet. Yeah, I don't call myself trans. I use the language because, most people do. They have that identity. I don't consider myself that. I really don't care one way or the other. But I do know this. I know for a fact, on a very superficial level, that my genes are XY. I do everything I can to make sure I respect the XX, the female spaces. I do everything I can to respect that. I'm not going to go into those spaces and shave, which wouldn't. It's crazy to do that. You know that? Really? Come on. Or go hang your junk out in these places. That's craziness, folks. I'm not going to go reading to a bunch of kids decked out looking like a drag queen. I'm not doing it. What you see is what you get. I am not going to be something else because this is all I am and it's all I will ever be. Period. Like it or leave it. That's who it is. That's who I am. Who are you? Well, here, let me tell you something. If we don't get off our asses and get moving and making noise, we will have no relevance in anything, and the entire community will see us, who are supposed to be the elders in the community, anyway, doing nothing, rolling over to them. I don't want that. I want them to know that we've made it. We are resilient. We know what to do. We know how to survive. We know how to thrive. We've done it. We've been through a lot of discrimination over the years. Now, I will tell you, me personally for me, I've had some really funny incidents happen, but no direct, overt attacks against me in any way. And I'm right here in Eastern Kentucky, folks. I go out as this is all you get, all right? I go out, go to the store, go shopping for my mom and brother and sister. I'm the caregiver for them in their home. Been here a year and a half now. I go out. I do DoorDash every now and then because, it gives me a chance to get out of the house and gives me a little extra pocket change. So I go out and do that. I get out and see people, meet people, talk to them, and there has not been a single one in all of these hollers I've been in around here that's given me any grief whatsoever. Now I know that there are people who would go out there, but you know what? I'm going to tell you something. The path forward part of this is the path forward that you need to know. A lot of it is if you go out there and you smell like you have fear all over you, then they will attack you left and right. If you go out there like a scared little puppy, you become lunch for somebody. Be confident in who you are. Try to respect the spaces you're going in. Respect what it is that you wish to be and what you call yourself as. Respect that. And if you can't respect it, then have the decency not to go in those places because it will cause havoc for everybody else. And I've had no problems with any of those things. And yeah, I spent a lot of time riding around, like I said, in the hollers of Eastern Kentucky. And in Southern West Virginia even. Like today, for instance, I went over to this little place called Delbarton. Redneck Haven. Absolutely. Beautiful place, beautiful people. Lots of them are my family. As I said, there's a totem pole here, not a family tree. Okay. So, they're family distantly related. We're all distantly related around here. And some of them closer than distant. A lot of them closer than distant. Okay. So I go all over the place around here. I knock on doors. I see people. I talk to them. Today I delivered something over at Delbarton. It was for the Birch High School. So I walk up to the door, knock, hit the button. They let me in. I hand it to the person behind the counter and say, "This is for Christy." And they go, "Okay, thank you." And I go back out and do my business and go on. I don't explain anything. I don't have to. There's no need to. They may think about it. That's on them, not on me. But what Fox News is doing is claiming that transgender elders are unworthy of the care that they have lived their lives in need of and deserve for retirement homes or nursing care or anything like that, nursing homes. What is wrong with that? Fox News, that is just, oh my God. I was able to put up with a lot of crap from them because I know that they've just got their head screwed on backwards. And I'm not even going to try to turn them around. But when you go after transgender elders, when you go after America's elders who are seeking care in a nursing home or retirement home, that's low. That is low, 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 disgustingly low. I can't even imagine what was going through their head. Well, what they said was, these are just immoral people. We don't want immoral and unethical people around the other people in the nursing home. The only one that actually tried to moderate his comment about that was Jason Chaffetz, who was on there. The other three, they went after transgender elders like it was just, next thing to do, which is for them, because that's part of that mandate for leadership. And here you go, folks. If you don't think it's real, I have been talking my head off for years now, literally, about this topic. And I feel like the old Greek mythology person who was Cassandra in the cave out here pronouncing all of the stuff that she realized people needed to see and going, nobody's paying attention. Well, look, I know people are paying attention because I can I can see it happen. I can see it happen. And I need you to stand up and spread the word to get people to watch this show, because I am I'm tired. I am tired of just milly-mouthing this stuff along. Right now, I am pissed because Fox News went directly after elders in this country seeking nursing care, and that should piss you off too. Yeah, we don't have the numbers to be huge, but if you make a loud noise, guess what's happened? Guess what will happen? Well, the king will have to decide to split the baby in half because we're claiming it. But I do want to leave you with this thing as a final word, okay? And that is, you have within you the power and resources to succeed, be resilient, and to thrive. You know it. If you're a veteran, and when you're watching this show, either today or a different time, you know what it takes to survive. You know what it takes to be successful. You know how to do it. So take care of yourself. Get everything together that you need. Make sure you got your medicines and all your shots up to date and everything that you need to have. Make sure you are there and you've got it all. Your paperwork's in order to the best of your ability. And then make sure that you're respecting the spaces that you're walking into, that you are being a part of. Respect those spaces. You demand respect, you have to give it. You've got to give it too. It's not a one-way street. Yeah, I'm hot and bothered about this. Pisses me off that they would dare attack America's elders simply because they're transgender. That is disgusting.